Hari Om. Welcome to our Narayaneeyam Satsangh. It's only because of our Punnu Guruvayurappan's grace and blessings and our Puja Gurudev Swami Chinmayananda's grace and blessings that we are able to meet regularly and have this beautiful Satsang on Sriman Narayaneeyam, the scripture which uplifts us in the Kali Yuga, gives us so much peace and happiness. And my humble pranams at their lotus feet. Humble pranams to each and every one of you who regularly participate with so much devotion in your hearts, with so much, inspiration that you have. That I really enjoy our satsangs because of your presence. So we are in this beautiful portion of Sriman Narayaneeyam, which is the heart of Narayaneeyam, the Krishna Avataaram. So last week we saw 8 verses from Dasakam 38. So we will quickly revise that. I'm not going to go into very much detail because we want to continue on. So if anyone missed the satsang last week, I strongly encourage you to listen to the recording, okay? But I will, quickly summarize the verses and then we will continue. So Dashakam 38 is the birth of Sri Krishna, that Paramatman who took Avataaram in this Saguna form to uplift all of us in Kali Yuga, and then to keep that promise that he had for so many devotees, right? So Anandarupa Bhagavan Naidevatare Prapte Pradipta Bhavadanganiriyamanaih Kantivrajayriva Khanakana Mandalairthyam Avranvati Viruruje Kilavarshavela. So we saw how during the just as the Avataram was approaching, how the rainy season was very much in effect, and how so much dark clouds were in the sky, but still there was so much light and brightness, as if that luster was emanating from the beautiful body of Sri Krishna. And then we saw in the second verse that all how the Prakriti was preparing to welcome the Lord, right? And beautifully, we also listened to Guruji's bhajan, which explained it so nicely, and we watched the presentation that Nitin had prepared also. So that described the various things and how Prakriti came together to welcome the Lord. Then in the third verse, the Bala Rupam of the Lord was explained. In the prison cell, he took birth in the prison cell, and and in front of Devaki and Vasudeva, he appeared, in that Bala Swarupam, but it was completely Vishnu Swarupam only, right? That Divya Krishna Kishora Vesham he had, with all the 4 arms and all the divine weapons and Pidambaram and, all the ornaments and everything, and it was beautifully described. So I will not go into detail about that. And his beautiful complexion also, the blueness, just like our Gurudev Swami Chinmayananda would describe him as the blue boy of Vrindavan, right? So like that, he appeared in front of Devaki and Vasudeva. And then in the 4th verse, of course, Bhaktadari has to bring up Lakshmi Devi, Mahalakshmi, Bhattadari has always that soft corner for Mahalakshmi. He will not miss her out at all. So he describes how Mahalakshmi is sitting very comfortably in that Vakshasthala of that Ponnu Guruvayurappan, that Lord. That's how she was shining there, and it was because of her shine that all that inauspiciousness was removed from the prison cell, right? So much bad vibrations and inauspiciousness that Alakshmi was there because of Kamsa and all the other asuras, and all that was removed by the sporting glances of Mahalakshmi in that Vakshasthala of Lord Krishna. And then in 5th verse, it described how Vasudeva saw Lord, the baby Krishna, and how he appeared to him, and we also saw that beautiful verse from Bhagavatam, right? Tamadbudam balakam ambujekshanam, that verse we saw, and how the same concept is brought in Narayaneeyam also in that 5th verse, of how Vasudeva saw that small baby form. I was listening to a nice pravachan where the pravachakar was saying about that form of the Lord that appeared in that prison cell. That form is the small Guruvayurappan form, actually, because when you look at, when you see Guruvayurappan's picture or idol, or when we go to the Sannidhanam of Guruvayurappan, how we see the Lord there, that same Lord in that small form is what Vasudeva saw. So, for us who have been to Guruvayur, we know, the long lines we wait, right, to get the darshan of the Lord. And as we wait in those lines, what we hear is, all the devotees, everybody will be chanting with the Vishnu Sahasranamam or Narayaneeyam, or, or they will be chanting Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Narayanaya, Narayana, 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 like that. They will be, just that vibrations of everybody chanting, or the calling out to Vishnu Bhagavan. And then as we approach and get close to the Sannidhanam itself, you will see that change in everybody, how they say, oh, Krishna, Guruvayurappa, Unni Krishna, that's what they will call, all that Narayana and everything will disappear. They will immediately convert their minds will be thinking of Unni Krishna, into Guruvayurappa, like that they will call him, So that is so beautifully that Prajakar explained, and that is that form, Kochu Guruvayurappan, that small Guruvayurappan is that form that our Vasudeva and Devaki saw. Then in 6th verse, we saw the stuti of Vasudeva, how he explained, with so much horripilation, and his throat was choked, and with eyes, filled with joyful tears, his body drenched in tears, he chanted this stuti, and he was calling out to the Lord as the one that will remove all his tapams, all the sorrows that he is going through. So that was beautifully seen in verse number 6. And in verse number 7, we saw Devaki's stuti. Devaki Mata, she was just, her body also was drenched with tears of joy. And she was so frail, in her going through so much sorrow and miseries in her life. But everything disappeared when she saw that Lord in front of her. And she was just counting her blessings and saying, how did this happen to me? This Paramatman took a form and became my son. How did that happen? and she was asking the Lord, I don't know what punya I have done to go to have this, everything that I have gone through in life, I have forgotten. I don't remember anything. I only am experiencing this pure joy. And then the Lord explained to her how, you have forgotten your previous 3 janmas and how, you have prayed to me. And that is why I have kept up the promise and come to you as, in all the 3 janmas of yours, I've come as your son. He explained that beautifully. And then here also the Pravachakar, one of the Pravachakars beautifully explained how, Devaki in her stuti also, she was describing that Nirguna Brahman only, even though that baby was appeared and she knows that's her baby. So in front of her, she did not see that baby as her baby. She saw him as that Parabrahman, right? And she was singing the praises to Oh Sachidananda, Nirvikalpam, Nirakaram, Nirgunam, like that. All the various words to describe that Parabrahmam she was doing in her stuti. And this Pravachakar beautifully said that Krishna was thinking, oh mother, I have taken birth as this human form. I want you to call me as a baby and cuddle me, and you know how mothers, when we hold our babies, we'll say, oh sweetheart, darling, oh baby, my all the different words we use and from our own language, right? All that baby talk we will do to the baby. And Lord is saying, how come my mother is not doing that? Instead, she's calling me this Parabrahmam and all that. So very nicely that Pravachakar explained it. So it was nice. So then, he only prompted, the Lord only prompted Devaki to say, okay, I want you to remove this divine form and come as a baby, just regular baby you come. Also, I'm afraid, Kamsa can come any minute. The soldiers will all come, the soldiers who are guarding the prison, right? So please remove this form. I don't want anybody to see this. Take it away. And then we saw in beautiful verse number 8 how the Lord talks to Vasudeva, and he tells him, yes, I know all of you are very concerned about Kamsa and you want to protect me from Kamsa. I understand it, and I have now removed my divine form. I wanted to show that to you. In Krishna Avataaram, every opportunity the Lord got to show his divinity, he showed. Versus Rama Avataram, it was a Maryada Purushottam Avataram where he only showed his human form, right? He never showed that divinity. But in Krishna Avataram, everywhere he will show his divinity. So, so he says, I will remove that. I have removed that now, but now you can carry me to Gokulam. Take me to Gokulam, to Nanda Gopa's house, where a daughter is born to Yashoda Mata. You can exchange me with her, and then you come back. So he gave him Vasudeva clear instructions of what is to be done. And then Bhattadri beautifully explained this, how when Vasudeva lifted the baby and held him in his hand, it was like a swan, a young swan that was seated on a lotus flower bed. So so that is where we had left off, and we also saw why the simile is made about the swan and all that. So I won't go through that again. So we will go to verse number 9. So let us not wait too much. Let us see the Lord going to Gokula. Okay. Jata tada pashupasatmani yoga nidra निद्रा विमुद्रितमथा कृतपौरलोकम् त्वत्प्रेरणात् किमिह चित्रमचेतनैर्यद् द्वारैः स्वयं व्यखडि सङ्घटितैः सुखाडम् जाता तथा पशुप सद्मनि योगनिद्रा निद्रा विमुद्रितम् अथा कृत Pauralokam. Tvat Preranat Kimiha Chitram Achedanairiyadu. Chitram Yat Achaitanaihi. Chitram Chitram Achaitanaihi Yat. Sorry. Chitram Achaitanaihi Yat. Dwaraihi Swayam Vyakhadi Sankhaditaihi Sugadam. Jata tada Pashupasadmani Yoga Nidra Vimudridamatha Krita Pauralokam Tvatpreranat Kimiha Chitramachedanairiyad Dwarai Swayam Vyakhadi Sankhaditai Sugadam. Would like to repeat this one? Sirisha, would you like to repeat this one? Okay. Jata tada Pashupasatmani Yoga Nidra.
Jata tada Pashupasadmani Yoga Nidra.
Nidra Vimudridamatha Krita Pauralokam.
Nidra Vimudritamakatha. Sorry. Nidra Vimudritamakatha.
Matha Krita.
Nidra Vimudritam Atha Krita Pauralokam.
Very good. Jata tada Pashupasatmani Yoga Nidra. Nidra Vimudridamatha Krita Pauralokam.
Jata tada Pashupasadmini Yoga Nidra. Nidra Vimudritamatha Krita Pauralokam.
Tvatpreranat Kimiha Chitramachedanairiyad.
Tvatpreranat Kimiha Chitramachaitanairyad.
Dwarai Swayam Vyakhadi Sankhaditai Sugadam.
Dware Swayam Vyaghati Sanghatitai Sugadham.
Tvatpreranat Kimiha Chitramachedanairiyad. Dwarai Swayam Vyakhadi Sankhaditai Sugadam.
Tvatpreranat Kimiha Chitramachaitanairyad. Dware Swayam Vyaghati Sanghatitai Sugadham.
Very good. Please chant the whole thing.
Jata tada Pashupasadmini Yoga Nidra. Nidra Vimudritamakha Krita Pauralokam. Tvatpreranat Kimiha Chitramachaitanairyad. Dware Swayam Vyaghati Sanghatitai Sugadham.
Very good. Anvaya. अथ तदा त्वत्प्रेरणात् पशुपसत्मनीया जाता योगनिद्रा पौरलोकं निद्रा विमुद्रितम् अकृत किम् इह चित्रम् यत् अचेतनैः सुगाढं सङ्घटितैः द्वारैः स्वयं व्यखटि. Meaning, अथ तदा योगनिद्रा जाता. अथ then tada at that time yoga nidra, that mystic sleep, jata was born. Pashupasatmani Tvat Preranat. Pashupasatmani is the household of Nanda Gopa. It is described as a cowherd house, because everyone in Gokulam is, their occupation is tending to the cows, farming, with the cows and all that, right? So this household of Nanda Gopa, Tvat Preranat, at your bidding. So you were prompting that yoga nidra to take effect there. And then what happened? Akrita Pauralokam, and the whole population in Gokulam, what happened to them? Nidra Vimudridam. They were firmly immersed in deep sleep. So this Yoga Nidra put that whole Gokulam to sleep. Then, Kim Chitram Iha Yat Dwaraihi. That Kim Chitram, what a wonder is it? Yat Dwaraihi. When the doors, Dwara is the door. When the doors Achetanaihi. What is the doors are achetana, no chedanam in them, right? They're inanimate or insentient. Right? Those doors, what happened to them? Sugadam sankhadide, and they were firmly secured doors. And what happened to those doors? Vyakhadi, opened, swayam, by themselves. So, because the doors know that Vasudeva is coming with baby Krishna. So they, opened by itself to welcome the Lord and Vasudeva. So this verse is basically saying that the Yoga Nidra was born there. Of course, Yoga Maya has taken birth, right, for Yashoda Mada in Gokulam. And by the prompting of the Lord, only everyone in Gokulam was put to completely to sleep. They were in deep sleep. And the wonder is that the doors, all the inanimate things got animated by themselves. And what a wonder it is, saying. But then Bhattadari is also saying that all the Chetana became Achetana and Achetana became Chetana. That is what the Maya did. So the doors opened by itself, and also there in Mathura, in the prison cell also, Vasudeva had the chain, he was chained in his hands and feet and all that. All those came apart. Right, when the Lord asked him to lift him and take him, right, they all came apart. The prison doors opened. All the soldiers who were guarding the prison cells went to sleep. Everybody was in deep nidra, right? So the Chetana, the living beings, right, who have that Chetana in us, they all went to sleep. Right? So Chetana became Achetana and Achetana became Chetana. Right? So that's all Yoga Maya. What a wonder. But there is saying. So we will go to verse number 10. Sheshena bhuri bhanavaridavarinadha swairam pradarshita pado manidipitena tvam dharayan sakhalu dhanyatamah pradaste soyam tvamisha mamanashaya roga vegan. Sheshena bhuri bhanavaridavarinadha swairam pradarshita padho mani deepitena tvam dharayan sa khalu dhanyatamah pradaste soyam tumisha mama nashaya roga vegan. Sheshena bhuri bhanavaridavarinadha swairam pradarshita pado mani deepitena tvam dharayan sakhalu dhanyatamah pradaste soyam tvamisha mama nashaya roga vegan. Okay, who would like to chant this one? Yes, Shubha and Vishwanathanji, please. Okay. Sheshena bhuri bhanavaridavarinadha
Sheshena bhuri bhanavaridavarinadha
swairam pradarshita pado manidipitena
swairam pradarshita pado manidipitena
Sheshena bhuri bhanavaridavarinadha swairam pradarshita pado manidipitena
Sheshena bhuri bhanavaridavarinadha swairam pradarshita pado manidipitena.
Very good. Tvam dharayan sakhalu dhanyatamah pradaste
Tvam dharayan sakhalu dhanyatamah pradaste
soyam tvamisha mama nashaya roga vegan.
Soyam tvamisha nashaya roga vegan.
Tvam dharayan sakhalu dhanyatamah pradaste soyam tvamisha mama nashaya roga vegan.
त्वां धारयन् सकलु धन्यतमः प्रतस्ते सोऽयं त्वमीश मम नाशय रोगवेगान्.
Very good. Please chant the whole thing.
शेषेण भूरिपणवारितवारिणाथ स्वैरं प्रदर्शितपतो मणिदीपितेन त्वां धारयन् सकलु धन्यतमः प्रतस्ते सोऽयं त्वमीश मम नाशय रोगवेगान्.
Beautiful. Very nice. Anvaya. Adha dhanyatamaha saha khalu puripana varida varina manidipitena sheshena pradarshita padaha tvam dharayan swairam prataste he isha saha ayam tvam mama roga vegan nashaya. Meaning, adha pradarshita padaha, adha thereafter, pradarshita padaha, being shown the way. So now Vasudeva is taking the Lord to Gokula, right? So he is being shown the way by who? Sheshena, by Adishesha. Adishesha is now showing the way. How? Mani Deepidena. In Adishesha has many hoods, right? In his hood or in all his hoods, there are gems, jewels. Those jewels were shining bright and it was like a flashlight. All those flashlights were nicely showing the way because it was dark midnight, right? So Adishesha was nicely showing the way for Vasudeva to go with those bright lights coming from his hood. Then, Puri Pana Varida Varina. And also with that many hoods, he was protecting. Puri Pana is many hoods. He was protecting Vasudeva from the rain. Because so much rain was also there, right? So he was spreading those hoods out nicely and sheltering like a big umbrella, sheltering the Lord and Vasudeva from the rain. Then, Saha Dhanyatamaha. So, Bhattadri is calling our Vasudeva's Dhanyatamaha, the most blessed one, he is saying to Vasudeva. Vasudeva is the most blessed one. Why? Dharayan Tvam. He is carrying you. He is carrying that Ponnu Guruvayurappan in his hand, right? So how blessed he is. That Guruvayurappan who supports all of us. That Guruvayurappan is being carried by Vasudeva. Then Pradaste Khalu Swairam. And he is set out. Khalu Swairam. At perfect ease. Vasudeva is not having any fear, no tension, no anxiety, nothing in his mind. He is at perfect ease. When you're carrying the Lord, is there any worry that we should have? Nothing, right? Because the Lord is going to take care of our Yogakshema. Why should we worry about anything? He is the one that is making everything happen. So Vasudeva was totally surrendered to the Lord and his mind was at total peace, total ease. Then, Hey Isha. Now, Bhattadiri is calling out to Punnu Guruvayurappan. He's saying, Hey Isha, O Lord of limitless prowess, I am Tvam, may you Nashaya Mama Roga Vega, you destroy the fury of all my ailments. Wouldn't you just remove all of them? He's asking for that prayer. He's saying, oh, you are that powerful one. You are that Sarva Shaktiman. You are the embodiment of auspiciousness. And wherever you are present, there will be no sorrows, there will be no diseases, there will be no problems. That is how you are. And, I am also, as your devotee, carrying you in my heart, isn't it? You are in my heart. So I am also just like Vasudeva. I am also carrying you. And will you not protect me also? And I'm sitting here right in front of you. And as a devotee, I'm asking you to please remove my ailments. With this beautiful prayer, Bhattadiri is offering this very, very beautiful and auspicious Dasakam 38 at the lotus feet of Punnu Guruvayurappan. May we also pray to the Lord that He is always present. He is present in our hearts, but may we feel His presence all the time, and may we be totally connected to Him and surrendered to Him, so that He can be our charioteer, right? Okay. Om Sri Krishnaya Parabrahmane Namaha. All right. So we will go to Dasakam 39, eagerly waiting to go to this Dasakam. So let us go to Yoga Maya, bringing Yoga Maya from Gokula. Yoga Maya Nayanadi Varnanam. So that is the Dasakam 39. So now we saw, Vasudeva has already set out carrying the Lord, and he is on his way, nicely being protected by Adishesha. He is on his way to Gokula. Bhavandamayamuddvahan yadukulodvaho nissaran dadarshya gaganocchala jalabharam kalindatmajam aho salila sanjaya sapunarendra jalodidamo jalaukaiha takshanat prabhadamaya tamayayau bhavandam Uddvahan. Bhavandam ayam uddvahan. Bhavandam ayam uddvahan. Yadukulodvaho nissaran. Dadarsha gagana uchalada jalabhara. Gaganochalad jalabhara. Kalindatmajam. Aho salila sanjayaha sa Punaraindra Jalodido. Punaha, I'm sorry. Punaha Aindra Jalodidaha. Punaha Aindra Jalodidaha. Jalaukha Iva Takshanat Prabada Meya Tamayayau. Prabada Meyadam Ayayau. Prabada Meyadam Ayayau. Bhavandamayamudvahan yadukulodvaho nissaran dadarsha gaganocchala jalabharam kalindatmajam aho salila sanchaya sapunaraindra jalodido jalaukaiva takshanat prabadamayam tamayayau. Would like any volunteers to chant this verse?
I will chant, Mommy. I can chant, Vijaya.
Oh, Vijaya. Okay, very good, Vijaya. Please chant it, okay? Bhavandamayamudvahan yadukulodvaho nissaran.
Bhavandamayamudvahan yadukulodvaho nissaran.
Dadarsha gaganocchala jalabharam kalindatmajam.
Dadarsa gaganocchala jalabharam kalindatmajam.
Very good. Bhavandamayamudvahan yadukulodvaho nissaran dadarsha gaganocchala jalabharam kalindatmajam.
Bhavandamayamudvahan yadukulodvaho nissaran. Dadarsa gaganocchala jalabharam kalindatmajam.
Aho salila sanjaya sapunaraindra jalodidau.
Aho salila sanjaya sapunaraindra jalodido.
Jalaughaiva takshanat prabadameyamadama prabadameyatamaya.
लौघैव तक्षणात् प्रपदमेयतामाययौ.
Very good. Aho salila sanjaya sapunarendra jalodito jalaughaiha takshanat prabadamaya tamayayau.
सलिल सञ्जय स पुनरेन्द्रजालोदितो जलौघैव तक्षणात् प्रपदमेयतामाययौ.
Very good. Please chant the whole thing, Vijaya.
Sure. भवन्दमयमुद्वहन् यदुकुलोद्वहो निःसरन् तदर्श गगनोच्चल जलभरां कलिन्दात्मजाम् अहो सलिल सञ्जय स पुनरैन्द्रजालोदितो जलौघैव तक्षणात् प्रपदमेयतामाययौ.
Very nice. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Anvaya. Ayam yadukulodvaha bhavantam udvahan nissaran gagana uchchalat Jalabharam Kalindatmajam Dadarsha Saha Salila Sanjayaha Aindra Jaloditaha Jalaukha Iva Takshanat Prabhata Meyadam Ayayau. Aho. Meaning, Ayam Yadukulotvaha. Ayam, this Yadukulotvaha, this great Yadava. So, referring to Vasudeva here, right? The Vasudeva is referred to as Yadukula Uttama, Yadukula Shreshta, you know. But there is referring to him as Yadukulotvaha, that great Yadava, Nissaran Udvahan Bhavantam. When he set out carrying you, Dadarsha Kalindatmajam, he saw river Kalindi. So this is river Yamuna. He has to cross river Yamuna to go to the other side. Then only he will reach Gokula, right? So this river Kalindi, it is called Kalindi here because the daughter of Kalinda mountain. So that is why the river is called Kalindi. So she comes from the Kalinda mountain. So as he was setting out, carrying you, he saw this river Kalindi. How was the river? Gagana Uchalat Jalabharam. The Jala Pravaham was there in this. The waters were very high, was swirling sky high. Jalabharam, so high. Because why? So much already, Yamuna river is already always full, you know, and unless it's a heavy drought or something, the river is always full. It's not easy to cross it by foot, you know. But now there was continuous rain also, right? So that also filled up the river. So the river was so full, then Punaha Punaha Saha Salila Sanchaya. However, that high, sky high water, what happened to it? Ayayau Prabadameyadam. It, as Vasudeva approached and was going to get inside, that water came down all the way to the top of his feet. That's all. You know, so the water also, the water that was so high has come down now for Vasudeva to cross, you know. Was reminded of Ramavataram, where during that Sedu Bandhanam time, right? How when the Lord prayed to Varuna Bhagavan, when Varuna Bhagavan first he didn't come, but then when he came and he apologized to the Lord and all, and then he said, oh yes, I will certainly make sure the ocean will cooperate. You know, the ocean will hold that bridge, that whatever the Vanaras will build, and it will make way for the Vanaras, right? Like that, Kalindi river also is making way for Krishna Bhagavan to go through. So it came down all the way to the top of the feet of Vasudeva, because it is dark and night time, you can't find a boat and all to cross, right? So he has to walk across. So the river cooperated. Then Takshanat Jalaukha Iva. At that very instant, at the very instant that Vasudeva placed his foot there, this happened. So Aindra Jalodidaha, Aindra Jalam, it was like a magic, that this happened, really, right? It was just, cannot even imagine, right? This such a thing can happen. So Bhattadri is saying, Aho, it's a very favorite word of Bhattadri when he describes such things. He's saying, what a wonder. He's saying, Aho, he's saying. So basically this verse is just talking about how Vasudeva is carrying the Lord and he is going to cross the river now, river Yamuna, to go to the other side, and how the river, even though it was, in its fullness, it came down all the way to the foot of Vasudeva, giving way for him to cross. So in Bhagavatam, little more description is there. It's a very nice incident, so I'm sure many of you know also, but I will also mention it. As Vasudeva was walking across and going, the Yamuna was looking at the baby, and she could not stop. She was so fascinated, and she was saying, "Oh, this baby is going to." As he becomes a bala, he is going to play in this river only. His beautiful feet is going to come and play in this river. I'm so blessed. And she was counting her blessings, and then she's saying to herself, how nice it would be if I can now touch this baby's feet. It would be so nice. No, I want to just feel that feet, that tender feet of the Lord. And then she couldn't hold herself. So she kept rising and rising and rising and coming, to touch the baby's feet. And so the Lord knew, but Vasudeva was, he was not perturbed at all. He was just going. He knows, carrying the Lord, he will take care. It's okay if the water comes up. He knows what to do. So he was just going. But so Lord says, it shouldn't come up and drown my father, So she nicely, Lord Krishna puts his feet out. He nicely puts his feet, he extends his feet out very long. And so that now Yamuna river can just touch that feet. She just jumps up and touches his feet. And then she's so happy and she goes back all the way down. So beautiful description in Bhagavatam is there how it happened as Vasudeva was crossing the river. So we will go to verse number 2. Prasupta Pashupalukalikam Nibradamarudat Balikam Apavrata Kabadikam Pashupavadikam Avishan Bhavandamayam Prasava Talpake Tatpadat Vahan Kapata Kanyakam Sopuramagado Vegadaha Prasupta Pashu Palikam Nibradam Arudat Balika Arudat Balika Apavrada Kavadikam Pashupa Vadikam Avishan Bhavantam Ayamarpayan Prasava Talpake Tatpadat Vahan Kapata Kanyakam Sopuram Agado Vegadaha Sopuram Agadaha Vegadaha Prasupta Pashupalikam Nibradamarudat Balikam Apavrata Kavadikam Pashupavadikam Avishan Bhavandamayam Prasava Talpake Tatpadat Vahan Kapata Kanyakam Sopuramagato Vegataha. Jayantiji, would you like to repeat this one?
Okay.
Prasupta Pashupalikam Prasupta Pashupalikam Nibradamarudat Balikam
Prasupta Pashupalikam Nibritamarudat Balikam
Apavrita kavadikam Pashupavadikam avishan.
Apavritakavatikam Pashupavatikamavishan.
Very good. Prasupta Pashupalikam Nibrita Marudat Balikam Apavrita kavadikam Pashupavadikam avishan.
Prasupta Pashupalikam Nibritamarudaddwalikam Apavritakavatikam Pashupavatikamavishan.
Bhavandamayam Prasavatalpake Tatpadad.
Bhavantamayam Prasavatalpake Tatpadad.
Vahan kapadav kanyakam Swapuramagato Vegataha.
Vahan kapatakanyakam Swapuramaagato Vegataha.
Very nice. Bhavandamayam Prasavatalpake Tatpadad. Vahan kapadav kanyakam Swapuramagato Vegataha.
Bhavantamayam Prasavatalpake Tatpadat Vahanakaptakanyakam Swapuramagato Vegataha.
Very nice.
Prasupta Pashupalikam Nibritamarudaddwalikam Apavritakavatikam Pashupavatikam avishan. Bhavantamayam Prasavatalpake Tatpadat Vahanakaptakanyakam Swapuramagato Vegataha.
Beautiful. Anvaya. Ayam prasupta pashupalikam nibhrutam arudad balikam apavrata kavadikam pashupavadikam avishan bhavantam prasava talpake arpayan tarpadat kapada kanyakam vahan vegatah swapuram agatah. Meaning, avishan pashupavadikam. Avishan, entering Pashupavadikam, the cowherd's home. So now Vasudeva has reached Nandagopal's house. So now he is entering the house. Then Apavrita Kavadikam, which had all the doors wide open. Maya has already done that. Yoga Maya has opened all the doors, right? So Apavrita, wide open. Kavadikam, all the doors were wide open. Prasupta Pashupalikam, with Prasupta Pashupalikam. Pashupalikam are the cowherd women. So all the gopikas, so many gopikas had come there to help with the delivery. So in the villages and all, it was like that. How the delivery is done in the house, the community, the women will come and help. So all these gopikas and all had come to help with that, right? So all those cowherd women, prasupta, they were fast asleep. So everybody was sleeping. Then Arudat Balikam. Then this girl child, Arudat, was crying. How? Nibrada. Very gently she was crying. So very gently, very small cry. She was making that noise just for, because it's a big house, Vasudeva has entered it. He has to know where the baby is, right? Where the delivery room is. So just for to indicate that to him, the baby slightly she cried. Then because if she cries loud, others will wake up. So she doesn't want to do that. So lightly she cried. Then Arudat Balikam Nibrada. Yeah. Then Arpayan Bhavantam Prasava Talpage. So Vasudeva now knows where the baby is. So he walks into that delivery room and then Arpayan, he places Bhavantam, you Pannuguruvayappa, he placed you Prasava Talpake on that delivery bed next to Yashoda Mata. He placed you and then Vahan Tatpadad Kapada Kanyaka. Vahan. Then he takes from there What does he, that? Patadri is calling Yogamaya here, Kappada Kanyaka, that deceptive young child, the girl child, he is calling her. The Yogamaya is saying that you are so deceptive. So that deceptive young girl child, Vasudeva carried, took from there. Then I am Agataha Swapuram. Then Vasudeva returned, Agataha, he returned Swapuram to his abode. Vegadaha, quickly. He doesn't want to waste any time. He is worried now that, over there, Mathura, those prison guards will wake up. Before that, I should go back. So he quickly took the baby, Yogamaya baby, from Yashoda Mama's bed, and he quickly goes back, walks back. So let us also quickly go. Let's go to the next verse. Okay. So third verse. ततस्त्वदनुजारवक्षपितनिद्रवेगद्रवत् भडोत्करनिवेदित प्रसववार्तयैवार्तिमान् विमुक्तचिकुरोत्करः त्वरितमापतन् भोजराट् अतुष्टैव दृष्टवान् भगिनिकाकरे कन्यकाम् त्वदनुजा त्वदनुजा रव क्षपित निद्र वेग द्रवत् बडोत्कर निवेदित प्रसव वार्तया एव आर्तिमान् विमुक्त चिमरोत्कर त्वरतिम् आपतन् भोजराट् अतुष्ट इव दृष्टवान् भगिनिका करे कन्यका तवस्त्वदनुजारव क्षपितनिद्रवेगद्रवत् भडोत्करनिवेदित प्रसववार्तयैवार्तिमान् विमुक्तचिकुरोत्कर त्वरितमापतन् भोजराट् अतुष्टैव दृष्टवान् भगिनिकाकरे कन्यका. Kausalyaji, would you like to chant this one?
Yes, Lakshmiji.
Okay. ततस्त्वदनुजारव क्षपितनिद्रवेगद्रवत्
ततस्त्वदनुजारवक्षपितनिद्रवेगद्रवत्.
Good. बडोत्करनिवेदित प्रसववार्तयैवार्तिमान्
भडोत्करनिवेदित प्रसववार्तयैवार्तिमान्.
Very good. तवस्त्वदनुजारव क्षपितनिद्रवेगद्रवत् भडोत्करनिवेदित प्रसववार्तयैवार्तिमान्
ततस्त्वदनुजारवक्षपितनिद्रवेगद्रवत् भडोत्करनिवेदित प्रसववार्तयैवार्तिमान्
विमुक्तचिकुरोत्कर त्वरितमापतन् भोजराट्
विमुक्तशिकुरोत्करस्त्वरितमापतन् भोजराट्
अतुष्टैव दृष्टवान् भगिनिकाकरे कन्यकाम्
अतुष्टैव दृष्टवान् भगिनिकाकरे कन्यकाम्.
Very good. विमुक्तचिकुरोत्कर त्वरितमापतन् भोजराट् अतुष्टैव दृष्टवान् भगिनिकाकरे कन्यकाम्
विमुक्तशिकुरोत्कर त्वरितमापतन् भोजराट् अतुष्ट इव दृष्टवान् भगिनिकाकरे कन्यकाम्.
Very good. Please chant the whole thing.
ततस्त्वदनुजारवक्षपितनिद्रवेगद्रवत् भडोत्करनिवेदित प्रसववार्तयैवार्तिमान् विमुक्तशिकुरोत्करस्त्वरितमापतन्
भोजराट् अदुष्ट इव दृष्टवान् भगिनिकाकरे कन्यकाम्.
Very good. Very nice. Anvaya. Tadaha Bhojarad Tvadanujara Kshabita Nidra Vegadravad Bhadotkara Nivedida Prasava Vartaya Eva Artiman Vimukta Chirotkaraha Tvaridam Apatan Atushtaha Iva Bhaginika Kare Kanyagam Drishtavan. Meaning, Tadaha Bhojarad Artiman. Tadaha, then Bhojarad. Bhojarad is king of Bhoja, king of the Bhojas. The Bhojaraja. Who is that? Kamsa. Kamsa is the Bhojaraja. Artiman, who got distressed. He was very distressed because he was eager. He was eagerly waiting for this moment. When this 8th child is going to be born, right? And all the time, Kamsa is constantly thinking about the Lord only, but not in the good way. He was, with anger and hatred and fear, he was thinking of the Lord. But still, his mind was always on the Lord. So he had told all the soldiers there waiting in the prison, he has told them, as soon as you hear the cry of the baby, you have to come and inform me. And he was always ready. He had a sword next to his bed and all that. And he was constantly, in that mindset, waiting for this baby to come, right? So that's why he got distressed when Tvadanuja, Rava, Tvadanuja, your sister. He's referring to Guru Ayappan here. Guru Ayappa, your sister. Tvadanuja, your sister. This Yogamaya is your sister only, right? Rava, she starts to cry as soon as. So when Vasudeva comes back, so as soon as he comes back into the prison cell, immediately all the cell doors close, all the chains and everything come on his hand and his feet, everything goes back to the way it was before. So he puts the baby with Devaki, and then the baby starts to cry loudly. She cries. So at the cry of the baby, then what happened? Those soldiers who were sleeping, they got disturbed. They woke up, and then they immediately Nivedida Prasava Vartaya, so that they conveyed this news about the baby being born. So immediately to Kamsa. So they went and told him. Then what happened to Kamsa? Vimukta Chirotkaraha. Vimukta. He woke up, and then he was very much in a hurry. He had, those days and all, men, the kings and all, they had long hair, right? So he had this hair and all. So his hair was all, not properly, in the right place when he woke up from his sleep, right? So he didn't even take time to comb it or tie it or anything. He just quickly got up with that, hair all over and untied. Then Tvaridam Apadan, he quickly rushed down. Atushtaha, then when he saw the baby, as though he was displeased when he saw the baby, Iva Drishtavan, as he saw the baby, he was displeased. Kanyakam Bhaginika Kare, he saw that baby, Bhagini is his sister, in his sister's kare, in her hands, he saw Kanyakam, a girl baby. So that made him little displeased, because he remembered the Akashavani had said the 8th son of Devaki will kill you, right? So he said, but usually these Ashariris will never lie, So this is a girl. How did that happen? So some deception has taken place, he's thinking, and he's trying to get his mind in order. So he was a little displeased and little bit taken aback seeing that baby girl. So this is basically just explaining how the news has been conveyed to Kamsa, and now Kamsa has come down and seen the baby girl. So let's go to verse number 4. Dhruvam kapatachalino madhuharasya maya bhavet asaviti kishorikam bhaginika karalingitam dvibo nalinikantara diva mrinalikam akshipan ayam tvadanujamajam upalaputpattake pishtavan. Dhruvam kapada shalinah madhuharasya maya bhavet asaviti kishorikam bhaginika kara alingidam dvipo nalini kantarat iva mrinalikam akshipan ayam tvadanujam ajam upala pattake pishtavan. Dhruvam kapatashalino madhuharasya maya bhavet asavidi
kishorikam bhaginika.
Okay. Dhruvam kapatashalino madhuharasya maya bhavet asavidi kishorikam bhaginika karalingitam dvipo nalinikantara diva mrinalikam akshipan ayam tvadanujamajam upala pattake pishtavan. Kanchana, would you like to repeat this one?
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Dhruvam kapatachalino madhuharasya maya bhavet
Dhruvam kabadasalino madhuharasya maya bhavet
asavidi kishorikam bhaginika karalingidam
asavidi kishorikam bhaginika karalingitam.
Very good. Dhruvam kapatashalino madhuharasya maya bhavet asavidi kishorikam bhaginika karalingitam.
Dhruvam kabadasalino madhuharasya maya bhavet asavidi kishorikam bhaginika karalingitam.
Dvipo nalinikantara diva mrinalikam akshipan.
Dvipo nalini kandaradiva mrunalika makshadiban.
Akshipan.
Mrunalika makshiban.
Very good. Dvipo nalinikantara diva mrinalikam akshipan.
Dvipo nalini kandarad
iva. Dvipo nalini kantarad iva mrinalikam akshipan.
Dvipo nalini kandari
not kantari, kantari.
Kandaradiva. Divo nalini kandaradiva mrilinika makshadiban.
Mrinalikam akshipan. Ayam tvadanujamajam upala pattake pishtavan.
Ayam dvadanu mulani pattage bishtavan.
Ayam tvadanujamajam upala pattake vipishtavan.
Ayam dvadanu jamaja mubala pattage pishtavan.
Good. Dvipo nalini kantaradiva mrinalikam akshipan ayam twadanu jamajam upala pattake pishtavan.
Dvibo nalini kandaradiva mrinalika makshadiban avayam dvada mrinalika makshiban ayam dvada nujamaja mulama pattage mubala pattage pishtavan.
Very good, very good.
Sorry.
No, that's perfect. Please, would you like to chant the whole thing?
Yeah. Dhruvam kabadasalino madurahasya maya bhavet asavidi kishorikam bhagnika karalingitam dibo nalini kandaradiva mrinalika maksha mrinalika makshiban ayam dvada nujamaja mubala pattage bishtavan.
Very good, Kanchana. Very good. Okay. Yeah. Only that word karalingidam. Don't say karalingidam. Karalingidam. Yeah. But everything was good. Very good. Anvaya asau kapatashalinaha madhuharasya maya bhavet dhruvam iti ayam kishorikam bhaginika kara alingitam dvipaha nalinikantarat mrunalikam iva akshipan tvadanujam ajam upala pattake pishtavan. Meaning asau bhavat dhruvam maya. So now Kamsa is saying to himself, right? Because now he has seen this baby girl. So he's saying to himself, Asau, this must be Maya only. Dhruva, certainly this must be Maya, delusion. He's saying, Kapata Shalinaha Madhuharasya. This is the deceptive Kapata Shalinaha Madhuharasya. Madhuhar, the slayer of Madhu. Madhu and Kaidapa. Those are two asuras that were killed by Mahavishnu. So he's saying that deceptive Mahavishnu must be this. He only uses his Maya like this. So it must be him, he's saying, because he's also now thinking of Mohini Avataaram, right? How the Lord came as a woman, beautiful woman and all, right? So he has come before like that, and there's a Mohini Avataaram, and he cheated the asuras from getting the Amritam, right? So he did that, and he has also come in various forms like Kurma, Varaha, Narasimha, and all these different forms he will come. So all his Maya, he can come in any form. So if he could come in a Mohini form, why couldn't he come now in as a baby girl's form and deceive me? So this must be him only, he's thinking. Iti ayam, thus he is thinking. Dvipaha, now Bhattadri is bringing a simile here, okay? So the simile is bringing is Dvipa. Dvipa is an elephant, wild elephant. Wild elephant. Iva Mrinalikam. As if this wild elephant, Mrinalikam is a soft lotus stem, that lotus stalk, right? So how this wild elephant, goes and plucks a soft lotus stalk, Nalini Kantarat, from the center of a lotus pond. How he forcibly, this wild elephant doesn't know much, right? How he will just come and use all his power to pull out that soft lotus stalk, just like that. Akshipan Kishorikam. This Kamsa also forcibly Kishorikam, that little baby girl was forcibly taken away. Bhaginika, from his Bhagini, his sisters, Bhaginika Kara. from her hands. Alingidam, who was embracing, Devaki was embracing this baby girl, to her own chest. She was nicely embracing this baby girl. From that position, this Kamsa comes and forcibly pulls out that baby girl from Devaki's hands, just like how that wild elephant would pull out forcibly the stalk of the lotus, the young lotus, the soft lotus stalk, how he would pull out. Just like that, Kamsa came and pulled from his sister's hands. Pishtavan Tvad Anujam Ajam. And he was getting ready to Pishtavan, to strike your sister, Tvad Anujam. Now he's referring to Punnu Guruvayurappan's sister, saying, this is your sister. So he is trying, and Ajam, she is eternal. How does this Kamsa doesn't know? He can't do anything to her. She is eternal. But he thinks that he can kill her. So he is getting ready to strike her. Where? Upala Pattagai. Upala Pattagai is a slab of rock. So he has that rock already, right? So he is getting ready. He pulled that baby girl from Devaki's arms and getting ready to strike her, on that rock. So here, basically, this is talking about how Kamsa is thinking and saying, I'm not going to be deceived by Vishnu. I know this is Vishnu. It is his tricks only, his Maya. He's playing this on me, which is correct. But Kamsa doesn't know more, right? So his anger and his all that, with all that, he pulled that baby out. But Bhagavatam, it says that Devaki was nicely holding the baby and embracing that baby, and she's telling him, dear brother, why you want to, what did this baby do to you? It's the baby girl after all, she is not, what harm can she do to you? Why you want to kill her? Don't do that. Think of her as your future daughter-in-law. In the olden days, they will marry to the uncle's son and all that. So you have a son, and when he grows up, you can take her as your daughter-in-law. She's, even trying to tell him all this. Such a sweet girl she is. Why you want to, you already killed my 6 sons, and already, I have lost all of them. Now this one baby girl, let me keep her. Why you want to take her? And all she tries to tell him, but no, pulled that baby and pulled by the feet like this, and he was getting ready to smash her. So let's go to verse number 5. Tado bhavadupasako chaditi mrityumapashadiva pramuchyat tarasaiva sa samadiruda rupantara adastala majakmushi vikasadashta bahusfuran mahayuda mahogada kila vihaya savdidyude. Tadaha bhavat Dubasakah. Tado bhavat dubasakah chadidi mrityu pashat iva pramuchya tarasaiva sa samadhiruda rupantara adastala majakmushi vikasadashta bahusfuran mahayuda mahogada kila vihaya sa didyude. Tado bhavadupasako chaditi mrityupashadiva pramuchya tarasaiva sa samadhiruda rupantara adastala majakmushi vikasadashta bahusfuran mahayuda mahogata kila vihaya sa vidyude. Pushpa, would you like to chant this one?
Yes, Lakshmi.
Tado bhavadupasako chaditi mrityupashadiva
Tato bhavadupasako jatiti mrityupashadiva
Pramuchya tarasaiva sa samadhiruda rupantara.
Pramuchya tarasaiva sa samadhiruda rupantara.
Tato bhavatu pasako chaditi mrityupashadiva. Pramuchya tarasaiva sa samadhiruda rupantara.
Tato bhavatu pasako jatiti mrityupashadiva. Pramuchya tarasaiva sa samadhiruda rupantara.
Very good. Adastalam ajakmushi vikasadashta bahuspuran.
Adhastalamagam ajastalamajamat majat majagmushi. Adhastalamajat majagmushi vikasadashta bahuspuran.
Very good. Adastalam ajakmushi. So together, adastalam ajakmushi. Mahayuda mahogata kila vihaya sadidyude.
Mahayuda mahogata kila vihaya sadityute.
Adastalam ajakmushi vikasadashta bahuspuran. Mahayuda mahogata kila vihaya sadidyude.
Adhastalamajagmushi vikasadashta bahuspuran mahayudamahogata kila vihaya sadityute.
Very good.
Tato
Please go ahead.
tato bavad tato bavadupasako chatiti mrityupashadiva pramuchyatara sa samadhiruda rupantara adhastalamajagmushi vikasadashta bahuspuran mahayudamahogata kila vihaya sadityute.
Beautiful. Anvaya, tataha bhavat dupasakaha chadidi mrityu pashatmi iva sa pramuchya tarasa samadhiruda rupantara adhastalam ajagmushi eva vikasat ashtabahu svaran mahayudham vihayasa gata didyude kila aho. Meaning tataha tarasa pramuchya, tataha then tarasa pramuchya, pramuchya is releasing herself. Tarasa pramuchya, suddenly she released herself. Who? Yogamaya. She released herself from Kamsa's grip. Bhavadu pasakaha chadidi mrityu pashativa. So here, Bhattadri is bringing a simile here, just like your devotee, Chadidi, suddenly, Mrityu Pashativa, even from the Mrityu Pasham, the rope of Yama, also, he can release himself. You know, we saw in Ajamila Upakhyanam and all, right? How Ajamila, was, the Lord told that. Yama told the Yamadudas that you don't go near the devotees of Vishnu, right? So like that, even your devotee can even release themselves from the Mrityu Pasham, So what is this, right? Nothing for Yogamaya. She just released herself quickly. And then what did she do? Samadhi Ruda Rupantara. She transformed herself into an exaltic form. She transformed how? Vikasat Ashtabahu Swaran Mahayudham. She was dazzling with 8 hands, shining with Mahayudham, with divine weapons. So she had the bow, arrow, sword, trident, shield, conch, discus, and mace in her 8 hands. She transformed herself into that exaltic form with dazzling, 8 hands. Then Ajagmushi, Adastalameva. Adastalam is earth. Ajagmushi, without even touching, without even touching the earth. She saw Vidyude Kila. She shone, she was shining. How? Gata Vihayasa. In the sky. She just went to the sky and she was shining from there. Aho, what a wonder indeed, says Bhattadri. So, Kamsa was trying to take that baby and smash the baby, but quickly Yogamaya released herself. For her, what is difficult for this Kamsa's hands and all are nothing. She quickly released herself from Kamsa's hands, just like any devotee would release himself from, any difficulty. When you're surrendered to you, Lord, what is the problem? There is no problem. You take care of everything. Nothing holds us back. There is no bondage for us. So she released herself and she went to that exaltic form, and with 8 arms, with all those divine weapons, she showed herself to Kamsa. So, Durga Mata ki Jai. So, I would like to, I know we're running a little late, but let us do one more verse today, kindly, because this will really be the nice portion to stop here, in this verse, because this will show the avataram of Durga Mata here, okay? So thank you so much for giving me this extra time. नृशं सदरकंसते किमु मया विनिष्पिष्टया बभूव भवतङ्कः क्वचन चिन्त्यतां ते हितं यदि त्वजनुजा विभो खलमुदीर्य तं जग्मुषी मरुद्गणपणायिता भुवि च मन्दिराण्येयुषी नृशंसतर कंस ते किमु मया विनिष्पिष्टया बभूव भवद अन्तकः क्वचन चिन्त्यतां ते हितम् इति त्वद् अनुजा विभो खलम् उदीर्य तं जग्मुषि मरुद्गणपणायिदा भुवि च मन्दिराणि एयुषि नृशं सदर कंसते किमु मया विनिष्पिष्टया बभूव भवदन्तक क्वचन चिन्त्यतां ते हितम् इति त्वदनुजा विभो खलमुदीर्य तं जग्मुषि मरुद्गणपणायिदा भुवि च मन्दिराण्येयुषि. Shailaja, would you like to repeat this one?
Yes, Lakshmiji.
नृशं सतर कंसते किमु मया विनिष्पिष्टया
नृशं सतरकंसते किमु मया विनिष्पिष्टया
बभूव भवदन्तकः क्वचन चिन्त्यतां ते हितम्
बभूव भवदन्तकः क्वचन चिन्त्यतां ते हितम्.
Very good. नृशं सतर कंसते किमु मया विनिष्पिष्टया बभूव भवदन्तकः क्वचन चिन्त्यतां ते हितम्
नृशं सतरकंसते किमु मया विनिष्पिष्टया बभूव भवदन्तकः क्वचन चिन्त्यतां ते हितम्
इति त्वदनुजा विभो खलमुदीर्य तं जग्मुषि
इति त्वदनुजा विभो खलमुदीर्य तं जग्मुषि
मरुद्गणपणायिता भुवि च मन्दिराण्येयुषी
मरुद्गणपणायिता भुवि च मन्दिराण्येयुषी
इति त्वदनुजा विभो खलमुदीर्य तं जग्मुषि मरुद्गणपणायिता भुवि च मन्दिराण्येयुषी
इति त्वदनुजा विभो खलमुदीर्य तं जग्मुषि मरुद्गणपणायिता भुवि च मन्दिराण्येयुषी.
Very good. Please chant the whole thing.
नृशं सतरकंसते किमु मया विनिष्पिष्टया बभूव भवदन्तकः क्वचन चिन्त्यतां ते हितम् इति त्वदनुजा विभो खलमुदीर्यातं जग्मुषी मरुद्गणपणायिता भुवि च मन्दिराण्येयुषी.
Very good, very nice. Anvaya, he Nishamsadara Kamsa Maya Vinishpishtaya te kimu Bhavadantakaha Vachana Babhuva te hitam chintyatam he vibho idi tvadanuja khalam tam udirya marudgana panayida jagmushi bhuvi mandirani eyushi cha. Meaning, hey, Nushamsadara. Now, Goddess Durga is addressing. She is addressing Kamsa here. She's saying, hey, Nushamsadara. Oh, most wicked one. She's calling him. Oh, most wicked one. Kamsa. Kamsa. Kibude maya vinishpishtaya. Of what use? Of what use is it for you to crush me? You are trying to crush me and kill me. Of what use is it? She's asking him. Then she's saying, Bhavantakaha babuva kvajana. Your destroyer is already born somewhere. He is already there. Hitam te chintyatam. May you think something good. All these sins you have done, so much, you're killing all these innocent babies and torturing your father, your sister, and your brother-in-law, and all this, how much sins you have accumulated. You know your destroyer is already here. He is going to kill you soon. But during that time at least, why don't you transform yourself and turn yourself to the Lord and do some good deeds? Go into the path of dharma instead of doing all this adharmic things. Then, iti udirya tam khalam he vibho, uttering these words to that evil one. Hey Vibho, O Lord, Marudgana Pranayida. At that time, Marudgana, all the celestial beings, the gods, the Kinnaras, the Gandharvas, all of them, Pranayida, they started extolling, they started singing your praise, to Durga Mada and showering flowers, to her. And then Tvad Anuja Jagmushi Bhuvi. Then your sister is Durga Mada here. Tvad Anuja Jagmushi Bhuvi. She disappeared into the earth. She went out into the earth. Then Mandirani Eyushicha. Then she manifested herself. Where did she manifest? Mandirani. In different temples, she manifested herself. She made herself into many rupams of Durga Devi. So there are 108 Durga Alayams. So she nicely, for Loka Anugraham, she did this. For the Loka Anugraham, she manifested herself by multiplying herself into different rupas. And the rupams are described in Bhagavatam. The different names are Durga, Bhadrakali, Vijaya, Vaishnavi, Kumuda, Chandika, Krishna, Madhavi, Kanyaka, Maya, Narayani, Ishani, Sharada, Ambika. Like these, all these different names and forms, she distributed herself into many temples to bless all the devotees. So there is this beautiful verse from Bhagavatam, the two verses, actually I'll chant it quickly. Namadheyani kurvanti sthanani chanara bhuvi durge di bhadrakali di vijaya vaishnavi di cha kumuda chandrika krishna madhavi kanyake di cha maya narayani shani charadetyambike di cha. Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 2, 11 and 12th verse. These are. So here it is showing that the Durga Devi now has manifested herself in different Rupams in all these temples. There are 108 beautiful Durga Alayams. So, and also a beautiful couple of points that Pravachakars bring up here. So, after after this, right, this incident, Kamsa apparently has a change of mind, he that darshanam of Durga Devi, gives some purity, right, to his mind. Of course, he's an asura, so it may not last very long, but at least for momentarily, he had some purity that came into his mind. Apparently, and also the Pravachakars beautifully describe it, he held on to Durga, Yogamaya's feet, right? He pulled her with their feet only, right? So Ambal's feet, Ambal's padam is so precious, right? And, this wicked man was able to hold on to her feet. Maybe he had a bad intention, but still he touched her feet, right? That itself is a transformation. And also, then she revealed herself to him in that form of Durga, that complete form with 8 hands and, all the divine weapons and everything. All that really shook him up, and good thoughts came to his mind, and he apparently goes and prostrates to Devaki and Vasudeva and tells them, I will release you from the jail. I know I have done lot of sins. I have caused a lot of problems for you. And, all these, he tells some good words to them and all, but of course, Vasudeva just keeps quiet. He is, samatvam. He's, I'm not going to get elated by this. This is an asura talking. So he just kept quiet. But, at least this, darshan of the Durga Devi, even to a wicked person, transformed him for the time being. And then with that thought, I guess he went to bed. That's what Bhagavatam says. So I know I took up more time, but I wanted to bring to us this point because such a beautiful portion, we see Ambal in her full glory and, Sarva Mangala Mangalye Shive Sarvartha Sadhake Sharanye Trembage Gauri Narayani Namostude Shri Narayani Namostude. Okay, so I wanted to tell everyone, so next week we will not have our satsang as usual. It's Mahashivratri, right? Friday is Mahashivratri, so I know all the devotees joining from India, it will be difficult. And also Thursday happens to be Pradosham here. So we have puja and abhishekam and all in the ashram. So we will take a break next week, but we have seen the beautiful darshan of Durga Mata, and with that we will celebrate Mahashivratri. All of you continue to practice these 3 dashakams, okay? These are the Avatara dashakams of Krishna. So 37, 38, and 39. Yeah? So keep practicing it. So once we complete, we will do a Parayanam, but I was holding on till all the 3 are complete. Okay, all right. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. यदक्षरपदभ्रष्टं मात्राहीनं तु यद्भवेत् तत्सर्वं क्षम्यतां देव नारायण नमोस्तुते विसर्गबिन्दुमात्राणि पदपादाक्षराणि च न्यूनानि चातिरिक्तानि क्षमस्व पुरुषोत्तम अन्यथा शरणं नास्ति त्वमेव शरणं मम तस्मात् कारुण्यभावेन रक्ष महाप्रभो कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रियैर्वा बुद्ध्यात्मना वा प्रकृतिस्वभावात् करोमि यद्यत् सकलं परस्मै नारायणायेति समर्पयामि सर्वं कृष्णार्पणमस्तु गुरुवायूरप्पा शरणम् लोका समस्ता सुखिनो भवन्तु लोका समस्ता सुखिनो भवन्तु लोका समस्ता सुखिनो भवन्तु हरिः ओम् गोपिका जीवनस्मरणं गोविन्दा गोविन्दा सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय. हरि ओम एवरी